All right, good evening. So this past week hasn't had a lot of huge news, anything as big as a release date or anything like that, but it has had a lot of little bits and bobs and lots of little tidbits and small developments and things to go over here. So first and foremost, if you did not see it, Universus Academy did an interview with Luhan Wei from Jasco Games. He's one of the Power Interactive guys, one of the big the heads of the company that invested in Jasco and is sort of leading things now. So, there's a lot in there that I'm certainly not going to cover it all here. I'm going to link to the video in the description. You should go watch it if you haven't. But just to hit on a couple of the, maybe highlight notes, he did, reconfirm, as they always have, that they do still intend for this to be a multiple IP game. They would like to get to 3 to 4 sets a year like other CCGs do. Maybe not. I mean, Magic does 1 billion releases now, but most, the sort of considered the norm for CCGs, right, is 3 or 4 sets a year. They've obviously had trouble hitting that mark, production delays, the complexities of shipping something overseas in particular, on top of all the other things, has made it tough for them to produce product as fast as they would like to. So while there's no guarantees, they are looking into their US production options, seeing what's out there, what's available. As some you might know, they presently produce the cards in Japan, but that means that not only do you need to get the cards produced and everything that goes into that, you also need to get the logistics of getting them onto a boat. The boat has to leave port, it has to get through customs, etc., etc. So they are looking into that. Also, he said that, Jasco is hiring. He referenced a job board that is supposedly linked on the Discord or something. I cannot find it. If anybody knows where the Jasco jobs page is, I wanted to link to it or something, but I couldn't find it. Maybe they're hiring somebody for their website to do things like have jobs pages on their website, like most companies do. But yeah, that is apparently a thing, and so maybe if you look around enough, if you're looking for work out in the big, I guess they hire a bunch of remote people now too. But you can ask around about that. Aside from the interview, a bunch of stuff, mix of, announcements in the Discord as well as just sort of comments and things in the Discord chats and whatnot. There is going to be a Day Zero errata with Set 3. That is training weights, which is displayed up above. The actual physical print version of that card does not have the playable while committed text on it. So what you see above is the errata version of the card. No big deal, really. Just, it's kind of hard for that card to work if those things aren't playable or committed, so it shouldn't really be something that people question too much, other than, somebody will be like, wait a minute, and then someone else will tell me, yeah, obviously it's errata, so that it actually functions. Jasco is going to be at the New York City Comic Con on the first weekend of October 6th to 9th, or I guess it's kind of the second weekend of October. So, if you're in the area, you can go drop by, check out their booth. If you're interested in helping demo, they've got a form for that. I'll link it in the description. It's also in the Discord. I've seen them poking around some of the Poughkeepsie people, which is like 2 hours north of the city, trying to find some demoers from up there. So they are looking for help for that event. If you are going or in the area, you're interested. On the organized play front, all the Season 3 provisional signups are now live, so there's 2 online provisionals as well as the in-person Rochester provisional. That's on October 1st. As for Rochester's part, we have announced that our primary side event for this event, the primary thing that we're going to be doing on Sunday, which, depending on the turnout, we might be able to get through the whole provisional itself on Saturday, so this could be something that everyone gets to partake in if they would like, is we're going to do a Neo Standard side event. So this is, sort of a take on what a future multiple IP format might look like. I think most people at this point are assuming that Jasco's not going to want to go back 10 sets deep, and especially given the nature of some of the most recent Universus sets and some availability concerns and things like that. So what we're going to try is we're going to have the 2 MHA sets plus 4 older sets, and these are sets that are chosen for a mix of availability and like reasonable power levels. And there's still going to be, a bunch of erratas, and, well, not really erratas, just, a handful of bands to hit some outliers. But the 4 sets are going to be Red Horizon Blood Omen, Street Fighter, 7th Cross, and Yu Yu Hakusho are the 4 that we're going to be trying out. Lots of interesting cards in there. Obviously, if you're an MHA only player, there's going to be some keywords and stuff that you're not familiar with. But hopefully, you know, the sets are pretty available in terms of singles and whatnot. So if you're just looking at some things, you even just want to take your MHA deck and add, you know, 12 cool older cards or whatever to it, that should be reasonably fine for this event. You know, I don't think too many people are going to take it too hyper seriously. People are just going to kind of find some fun things they want to do. So if you're coming out to that event, that should be pretty cool. You know, don't have to go crazy with it, but try to find some fun older stuff. Just take a look around. There could be some neat stuff. I might do a video, at least I'm telling myself I might do a video where I just sort of go over some of those older keywords. There's like 4 or 5 of them that, you know, are worth explaining to people that might be coming to that event. So yeah, that should be a good time. I hope more people can make it out. We've got a great venue and all that, and I'll link to the details of the side event in the description as well. As for some previous events, the Jasco announced today that all of the 9 playmat prize support that they are owing from some previous events has shipped out. Playmats have some approval delays going on them, so they're stuck in some kind of limbo. Not really sure what's going on with that, but anything that's not a playmat should have been shipped out, so you should be getting that, you know, within the next week. As for redemption programs, it sounds like they're going to do redemption almost like they do these webcam weeklies, where at the end of every month they're going to ship everything that had a redemption order put in the last month. So if you're looking to do another redemption order soon, spend your loyalty points, make sure you do that before September 30th, because if you put in that order on October 2nd, you're not going to see those cards till November. So there's an end of month deadline on those loyalty point purchases. On the major level, the Nationals hotel link is reportedly fixed, and I believe it now allows you to include Sunday night. More and more players are reporting that they're going to be staying in the hotel across the street that's a little bit cheaper. So take your pick. There's always something nice about being at the venue, but it sounds like the one across the street isn't, you know, that crazy far away, and there's going to be plenty of players there too. So, you know, take your pick. Should be a good time either way. We have a little bit of confirmation. It's kind of obvious, but of course there will be redemption at Nationals, and they will have set 3+ Ultra cards because they're going to be legal for the event. As always, they will not be taking packs in person. The one time they did that, it was a mess. So they are letting you spend points and place orders there. They're not, if you want to turn in packs, you still have to do that by mail. Another confirmation of something we kind of already suspected. There are going to be some promos that are exclusive to Nationals. You know, presumably kind of like regional promos, some alt arts, things like that. And the Hero League Championship, you know, every time it comes up, they'll talk about how they're, you know, still doing a lot of discussions and planning, and they want to make it really cool. Just as a little bit of comment in the Discord that the format of that is... Aspire said it was going to shift in some way. I don't really remember there being a pre-declared format for it, but it sounds like there might have been something in writing somewhere where they said it was just going to be a bracket or something like that, and it's not quite going to be that. But yeah, more details soon TM. And so yeah, that was a lot to get through, a lot of, you know, really small tidbits, but I'll wrap it up for this week, and, you know, we'll keep going on and keep an eye on the Discord, keep an eye on the announcements over the coming week, and yeah, the next video will probably be about those keywords, or, you know, maybe I'll come up with something I want to do with all the previews that I never actually did a dedicated video on. Yeah, we'll see. Hope this was helpful. Hope I found some things that some people missed in here. And yeah, I'll see you next time.